Let's get it. I'm gonna tell y'all how I made 80K back-to-back days. So we lit. YouTube, what's happening? It's your boy Aristotle, hard with the Rari, full throttle. All right, I made 80,000 back-to-back days. Now, granted, I be making consistent 20s, 10s, 30s, stuff like that. But lately, I've been adding a little bit more money because, I've been invested into real estate heavily this year. But now I'm back on my game with the options. So I'm going to show y'all a few of the strategies that I use to net 80K. And then, no matter how much money you make, you could possibly do the same. All right. So first of all, let's look at the profits real quick. This is day one. So let me explain to you what you're looking at. So one of them is my Robinhood account and the other is my Thinkorswim account. 42K in my Thinkorswim account and 41K in my Robinhood account. That was, I believe, Wednesday or Thursday. Today is Saturday. And then, Wednesday I made that. And then I believe Thursday I made the next one that you're going to see, which is day two. So that same account, 37K in Robinhood and 44K in Thinkorswim. And I have about 2 million invested between these two accounts. Now, granted, these are just my public accounts that I talk about. I have other accounts like high yield savings accounts, IULs, retirement accounts, things like that I don't show. But here are the 2 million that I do show. And all of these, to make this, I personally put every single play inside of my Discord. So I'm going to talk to you guys about everything that I do. So first of all, how much did I put in to net this amount? So the amount that I put in to net this was 800,000. So I turned 800,000 into 2 million. That's how much I put in, and it went from 800,000 to 2 million. So that is how much I personally put in. For the Robinhood account, I put in 100,000 to net 500K, and then I put in another 100,000 to keep adding to my portfolio. So if I could say hindsight is 2020, I should have added more money to my portfolio and more into leaps. But I am only 28, so that's not a mistake I'll make again. But yes, hindsight's 2020. When I turned 100,000 to 200,000, I should have put in more money. I should have added to my leaps on dips. And I'll explain to you where I feel like I went wrong on that instance. Even though I turned 100,000 to 500,000, hindsight 2020, if I could do it all over again, I possibly would have put in 500,000, and that would have, 5 times my money, because I 5 times my money. So next time I know exactly what to do. Now, granted, I call every play inside of my Discord, but everybody feels like they could have done better, and that's what I feel like I could have done better. I put in 800 grand to turn into 2 million, right? So I'm going to show you guys real quick what I mean by what I could have done better. So let's look at the chart here. So what I feel like I could have done better, I'm doing it better now. But if we go to the chart SPY, this was SPY back in the day, SPY. And during this time, when it dipped so it was right here when I started adding into my leaps, when SPY was down here. But all I put in was 100K. This dip right here, which one was it? Yeah, this is 2023. This was last year. This dip and this dip, I should have taken a little bit more serious. We had multiple dips to buy into the market, right? So hindsight's 2020, especially during a bull market. This time I didn't make that mistake. I knew that we were going to rise back up. So you see, we have a bullish trend, correct? So one thing I learned about trading is to always follow the trend. So the trend has been bullish, right? And during the pullback, you're supposed to buy the dip. You're supposed to trust that the trend is your friend. And then this time I did that. I trusted the trend and it paid off, correct? Now, like I said, hindsight's 2020. I know next time to, add into these dips. And for everybody, like, okay, what if it keeps dipping? The last time we ever had a terrible, terrible dip that just kept dipping, if we go all the way back, was 2008. So this was the last time where buying the dip fucking sucked. And that was how long ago? 2008 is 2024, about 12 years ago, something like that. I'm not sure how to do math. I suck at math. But yes, something like that, right? So this was the 2008 market crash right here that you're looking at. This was the last time where dip buying fucking sucked. Now, ever since then, you could bet on the dip. And I've been trading since you see these lines right here. I've been trading since 2016. So buying the dip has never failed me personally. And if I was to give people a little word of advice, let me get it back to my face. If I was to give people a little word of advice, and I always say this, the stock market will always go up. And the reason I'm telling you this is because once you understand the American system, think about it. The banks, how do the banks make money? They make money by loaning your money out and then also on the side investing your money into the stock market. And then they give you guys pennies in return. That's what they give us, not just you guys, us. Now, it will behoove you, instead of putting your money into a savings account or just putting your money into a checkings account, that's not saving money. If I were all of you guys, for one, if you're going to have money inside of a bank account, you should put it into a high yield savings account. And that's game that people don't tell us. Of course, they're telling us about the life insurance and the infinite banking, but there's actually a strategy that's way better than that. And that's called high yield savings account. And you can actually borrow from these accounts. You can also borrow from your stock market account. You can also double the money that you put into the stock market account via margin, right? So you can put your money into a Robinhood account, put your money into a Thinkorswim account, get margin, leverage more money, or you can have a high yield savings account. So one thing I learned about life is to never let my money sit still and to have most of my money invested, because an OG told me this, right? And this is going to get to my point. I'm going to get to the 3 steps on how I was able to make this money. But OG told me this, right? So I had some money. Let's just say, I'm going to give a ballpark number. Of course, I had more than this. I'll tell the truth. All right, I had 10 million, right? So I was bragging to an OG. Yeah, man, I got 10 million saved, right? And he looked at me and he was like, because he got 50 million in real estate. So I wasn't bragging. It was just, we talking some big game. I was just talking to him today. So this guy's an OG. He got 50 million in real estate, yada, 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 right? He was like, I don't even have that much money, and my net worth is stronger than yours. And I said, what you mean, OG? He said, look, what is having millions of cash going to do? So let's just say you got 100,000, right? Cash. What you should be is 90K invested, 10K cash. See what I'm saying? See, 90% of your money needs to be invested. That is game that I'm just now learning, even as a millionaire, is, oh, my fault. I got the game fucked up. I shouldn't have too much cash on hand. I should have most of my money in real estate and in stocks. So you're technically not broke. You buy some real estate, you're not broke. It's just the equity is in real estate. You see what I'm saying? Your cash broke. You can't see your cash, but your cash is gaining value over time. So now I'm more of a net worth richer because 90% of my money is invested. You get what I'm saying? So now I'm worth double just by investing, going all money in, like Nip said, all money in, because of the game that I know. And I'm sharing that game with you guys, right? So that's first and foremost. Now let's get into my number one reason. All right. So let me get this one down. So how do I make this type of money? I have a strategy of a combination of three things that I like to do: leaps, long term, medium swings. Okay. So that is how I'm netting these 80Ks, these 40Ks, is this and that. I do leaps, long term, and medium swing. So leaps, what are leaps? Leaps are long dated option plays. I've been doing leaps since about 2021. I started trading in really trading options in 2016, buying shares since, no, trading options since 2018, buying shares since 2016. So it took me 3 years to really get into leaps. But I know what you're asking. How would you even know to hold that long? Because after 3 years of trading, I seen missing out, FOMO. FOMO will teach you a lot, if I had to be honest. Fear of missing out. So you got to think, and I'm going to show you the charts real quick. Let's go back to the charts and let's delete all of these indicators and drawings. Let me take this 100 MA off. And I want to show you guys what I mean by that. So you got to think, folks. I've been trading since when? 2018 options, right? So right here, this is where I started trading. Now, I started investing since 2016, around this time right here, right? So you got to think, I thought I was good at this shit because this just kept going up. You couldn't tell me nothing. In 2016, this is when I first started trading, early 26, well, buying shares. You couldn't tell me anything because anything I bought just kept going up. Now, this is SPY, the S&P 500. So I thought this is shit. I thought it was just as easy as this, correct? Then this happened. Then this happened. You see what I'm saying? So this was my first taste of a dip. 2019, this is 2018. Yep. 2018. And I believe this was a trade war dip when Trump was president. Yep. Trade war dip when he was talking to pretty much going to war with China, trade war, all of that. And then you have this dip, COVID, right? Now it was this dip. What do they say? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, can't put the blame on you. But I will not get fooled a third time. So this is why they say experience is the best teacher. You got to think, I've experienced how many dips? 1, 2, third one, I'm prepared. I saw what the fuck happened. How could I be fooled by this? You see what I'm saying? So one more time. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, can't put the blame on you. But I ain't getting fooled a third time, correct? So that is why I am so good at trading, because of experience, folks. This is the COVID dip. This is the trade war dip, correct? And then let's go look at our parents, what they've experienced. This is the 2008 dip right here, which is the worst dip I've ever seen. Housing market bubble, correct? That dip right there, we experienced that, we're all fucked. I can promise you, portfolios people will be jumping off cliffs if this happened. People really committed suicide during this dip. This was bad, and I can see why, because you got to think, folks. Imagine like just you buy this dip, and then 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 you buy this dip. This is the most panicking dip. I even would have panicked. People real life jumped off of buildings because of this. This is not a joke. This 2008 market crash. So that should give you context of why I understand the market, because of the experience that I have. Look how many, one more time, I started here and I've experienced so many dips, right? So after a while, I started to realize something. Okay, we have 401ks, we have life insurance, and we have banks. One more time, 401ks, life insurance, banks, all these different policies, correct? That guarantees that the market is supposed to go up. And then you can go into an insurance company and go get an IUL, a life insurance policy that you can borrow from, stuff like that, right? And they're going to promise you a return on investment, college savings. They're going to give your child an account and they're going to invest that money into ETFs, exchange traded funds, correct? So think about it. If whole billion-dollar companies are making companies based off the stock market, the banks, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, all of that, right? These banks are dependent on the stock market. Your 401ks are dependent on the stock market. The TSPs in the Army, right? Thrift savings plan, right? That is dependent on the stock market going up forever. So then I started to realize we can just buy the fucking dip forever. I'm being honest with you. Like, this is the honest truth. We can buy the dip forever. We just got to wait on the right times to buy the dip. This is the most perfect shit ever invented in the world. Like, God bless America. They invented the stock market. Like, what's better than this shit? Well, we didn't invent it. We actually learned it from the Japanese people, invented the candlesticks and all of that. I don't know who really invented it, but Charles Dow, which they got the Dow Market Exchange. That's for another story, but let's get into point 2. All right, so point 2. Buying the dip is my favorite strategy. I was just talking about that, right? That's point 2. So we're going on our 3 points. Point 2 is I learned that the dip will always be bought by billionaires, right? So they're going to fearmonger you. They're going to try to scare you every time the market drops. And you got to, here's the part that is very hard for a first time investor to understand: what dips to buy and what dips to keep let dipping. See, I got a feel for the market because I'm experienced. But if you're not an experienced investor, it will take time. You got to think, I've seen 3-4 dips. You've only seen one. Some of you haven't seen any. If you start now, you haven't seen one. You haven't experienced one. You see what I'm saying? You haven't put your money into one. I put my money into 2. COVID and this current one. But COVID, I chicken shit that dip. Chicken shit at that dip. Full regrets. Because you got to think, that COVID dip was serious. Like, how the hell can we? Nobody could predict. Let's be honest. And, hindsight's 2020, but nobody could predict this. Nobody could predict. I'm outside. I'm seeing us wear masks. I'm like, this shit is about to continue dipping. But nobody knew that they were going to do quantitative easing, pumping in money, and people were going to spend, and put all the money that they gave people back into the market. They gave it all back to Louis Vuitton. We gave it all back to Nike. We gave it all back to Apple. We gave it all back to Microsoft. We gave every single last penny, Amazon. We gave every last penny of this dip back into the market. So what does that mean, folks? I want to tell you what that means. So one more time, this is the COVID dip. And remember, folks, the market takes the elevator down and the staircase up. See that? Elevator down, staircase up. Remember that, right? It falls quickly. See that? It falls quickly, but then takes the steps up. So that's what that means. The market takes the elevator down, staircase up. So the COVID drop was the fastest drop ever. It was an elevator drop, and then it took the staircase up. So we gave every last penny back into the market. What does that mean? That means you are a part of the market, every American. The thing I love about the stock market, why the stock market will last forever, here's another reason why. If you want me to blow your mind as to why you can always buy the dip, is because you are participating in the stock market. Don't believe me? You're on Meta platform right now. So you guys are watching my IG live and you are watching this YouTube. Guess who gets paid revenue? YouTube ads, right? YouTube ads are going to be in between this. And guess who are sponsoring those ads? Businesses, everyday people, right? And then you're watching it. And then you will potentially buy from one of those ads, returning that person an investment, which will make them want to buy that ad more. You're participating in the stock market, whether you like it or not. When you pay your Apple subscription, you are contributing to Apple's revenue. Do you think your $10 does not get counted when Apple reports their earnings quarterly and yearly? Your $10 count, or however it costs per month. I'm so rich, I don't even know what it costs for Apple Music. That little $15, $10 don't really matter to me. When you make your iPhone payment, because most of you have iPhones, you're participating in the stock market. You're the reason why Apple keeps going up. You and I both. We're the reason why Meta keeps going up. When you scroll down your feed and you see an ad, sponsored ad on Meta, you are the reason. You and I are the reason this shit will go up forever. When you Google some shit and you see an ad, you're the reason. We're the reason this shit keeps going up. When you buy a pair of Jordans, when you buy a pair of Adidas, you are a part of the stock market revenue. When you buy your whatever, when you go to Walmart and you purchase, when you go to Kroger or Ralph's in California, Dillon's in Kansas, Fred Meyer's, that's all Kroger brand. When you buy your groceries, when you go to Whole Foods, when you're helping Amazon profit, when you ship something to your house, UPS, Amazon, all that shit, you are participating in the stock market. So that means you can't even avoid participating in this shit unless you buy nothing or watch nothing or do nothing. There is nobody in America who can avoid participating in the stock market. So what does that mean? I'm going to always make money as long as you guys are alive. As long as Americans exist, this shit going to keep going up. We just got to keep buying the dip. So I gave you the game. You got to understand life, right? Life should tell you the common sense. We're all participating in this shit. We're all the reason why this shit keeps going up. I can tell you firsthand, my home invests in Amazon, Google, Meta, Whole Foods. We participating in all this shit. I done spent hella bread with Meta. I done spent hella bread with Google. I done spent hella bread with Amazon. My whole closet is full of goddamn dunks. Nike making a hella profit off me. You're participating. So now that you know that, now you can, you can listen more. Let's go to the last one. Number 3, I'm extremely patient. So this is something that most people aren't familiar with. Most people are not familiar with being patient. Leave a like, right? And subscribe if you're watching this. Most people are not patient. It does take experience to be patient. If you're just now going into the stock market, how do you even know to hold? That's why mentors are important. All this little, I can learn on YouTube, no, you can't learn all this shit on no YouTube. Unless you're watching Aristotle investment, somebody who's I've showed you that I made an M in the market. I showed you that I made 7 figures in the market. I made more than that, but I made money in this shit. Make sure, and if you want to participate and you want to get all my plays, here's another thing, folks. Every single play that I do, right? So here's the money I post into my Discord. Every single play. All right. And if you want to participate and see every play that I'm in, comment the word trial on any of my posts or on my live on IG Live. And also click the link in the description if you're on YouTube Live, and I'll post a link in the comments, all right, after this live. But yes, it's only $35. You're basically in free. Think about it. I'm showing you this type of money, and I'm telling you everything I buy. Every single dollar that I put in $800K to make all of this. $2 million. I put in $800K to make $2 million. And what you're telling me is you won't let an experienced investor like myself, who has proof that I've done this over and over and over again. You don't trust me, I don't know who to trust, but you can trust these free YouTube people who can't show you a fucking portfolio. None of these people you're trying to learn from other than me can show you some real money. Maybe 2, 4, 5 of them. But hey, I'm speaking your language. Who are you learning from the most? All right. So yes, folks, tap in. You will not regret it. But other than that, folks, yes, I am extremely patient. And don't comment trial on YouTube. Click the link in the description. This is for the IG Live people. I am extremely patient with the stock market. Extremely patient. Patience is what's going to make you the most money in the stock market. I don't know how any other way. Everybody gets into the stock market trying to get rich overnight. It took me to make 2 million in the stock market. It took 2 years. So about a million per year. It took 2 years for me to make 2 million. Now, granted, I didn't put in a lot of money, because I was so focused on building stuff outside of it. But that's still good for me. I'm happy with my profits. Could I have made more? Yes, but I'm still a learning person, just like you are. You get what I'm saying? All I'm doing is sharing. Every single time I learn something new, I share it with my people. And could I have kept this information to myself? Could I have not told all of you what I'm doing on this live? Of course. But at the same time, I felt like, okay, that's not what God called me to do. If I thought about this, if I never told anybody this information, then the information wouldn't get put out. I can be honest with y'all, keep it really 1,000 with y'all. I really do feel like I'm the sole reason. I've even made people who were already investing tell the truth about the stock market, because they realized I was cornerstone in the game. They realized that they didn't start teaching you, and I'm talking about all of them. I'm being honest with you. If it wasn't for me, most of you wouldn't have information to this day that's transparent, and I'm not bullshitting with you. I'm the sole reason people are even being transparent today, because they realize how liked I am by the people once I started teaching. Because I really felt like, shit, we on earth temporarily. So we can't fucking die and take this information with us. And if we take this information with us, then, how is that going to help the black people as we so-called like to help? So I felt like I had to at least give them something. Now, granted, I got a mentorship. I got all this shit. It's the truth. This the true shit. This the honest truth. I'm the sole reason a lot of them want to be even transparent today. Because they knew that they didn't, I was going to take over the game. It's the honest truth. Are you in equity buying at the dip or options? I do both. I do equity and dips. But that's it, folks. I'm extremely patient. And here's another thing, folks. When you buy the dip, don't watch that shit all day. Don't sit back and be like, man, I need to be rich tomorrow. Man, I need to give it time. You guys it's just crazy to me that you guys don't see 1 year as short. 2 years is short. 5 years is short. 10 years is short. Life is fucking short. You guys will literally let a year go by before you invest into the stock market. You see what I'm saying? You guys treat 1 year like it's the longest shit. But then guess what? It's already August 2024. This shit went by fast. In 8 months, you could have made some fucking money. You see what I'm saying? In these 8 months, you could have learned the stock market, learned business, did something. But then you guys will tell me 8 months too long, Aristotle. It's already fucking August. That shit is short. Life is fucking short. It's about to be 2025. And you're telling me you're going to wait till tomorrow. See, one thing I had to learn too is procrastination is the devil. Procrastination is the devil. That is the devil. We only live once. You only get to do this shit once. So hell yeah, I'm investing into this vehicle called the stock market. I'm going to be investing into the stock market forever. They say if you keep living, it'll be August again. Facts, man. Y'all act like this shit you get cat lives. And then I'm seeing a lot of you, and here's another thing. Don't fall into the trap of, you gotta be humble at some point. A lot of you don't believe that. See, a lot of you will ask me, Aristotle, how do I get to your level? I've humbled myself before, so I don't have to today. See, here's another thing that is so crazy. People below you or beneath you will say, humble yourself. I already did. That's why I'm here. There was a time where I'm going to tell you how I humble myself. And it'd be so funny. They'll be like, humble yourself. I did. There was a time where I wouldn't go out to eat. I would only eat Army food. I was in the Army. There was a time I stopped playing video games. There was a time I stopped buying Jordans. You get what I'm saying? I didn't eat out for about a year and a half, probably about 2 years. Didn't buy Jordans for 2 years. Didn't do shit for 2 years, but stacked my barber money and put it into the stock market. I sacrificed 2 years of my life to get ahead for the next 10. And a lot of you will not humble yourself for 2 years. Just 2 years of not eating out, no vacations, no video games, nothing but just focus into your financial freedom. I took my 2 years. I don't have to be humble anymore. It's your time. It's your turn to be humble, not mine. I'm telling you what I had to do. I had to work 16 hours a day. 16 hours a day, meaning 12 hours into the stock market, and then another 5 cutting hair, and then the last hour I'm reading and studying the stock market all day. But see, I did that in my youth. I can't do that shit at this age. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even know how the fuck I did it. If I gotta be honest with you, I couldn't do that shit again. That's when I was 21, 22. But see, Tupac gave me that game. Tupac said at the end of Kendrick Lamar, Mortal Man, he said the best time to get money is when you're young, while you still want to lift weights, while you still want to fight back, while you still got all this energy. See, we got it backwards. We be thinking the best time to start turning up is in our 30s and our 40s. That's when you got the least amount of energy. See, the shit I did, I couldn't repeat. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know how the fuck I did that. I snapped. I was so fucking angry. I was so desperate. I felt like my back was against the wall. I felt like if I didn't learn the stock market, I would be in the Army for 20 years. That's jail to me. If you want to know why I'm so great at the stock market, because it was desperation. I felt desperate. I felt like if I didn't learn this shit, I got to do this fucking Army for 20 years. If you want to know the honest truth, I felt desperate. I felt like my back was against the wall. I felt like this is what I got to do in order to free myself. So I was like, I have to learn this shit. This shit got to work. You feel me? So that's how I see life. I see life as you gotta sacrifice 2 years of your life in order to get ahead for the next 10. Or else you just gonna be watching niggas who made that sacrifice. That's what you're gonna be doing. If you don't hurry up and humble yourself, live below your means, stack all your money and invest all your money, you're gonna be continuously going through this hamster wheel of keeping up with the Joneses, trying to prove yourself. You're just going to be following this hamster wheel. This hamster wheel of getting up, hating going to work, got to return back to work. See, there's only one reason I return home for vacation, my kids. Other than that, if in Tokyo, I wouldn't have came back. When I was in Africa, I would have stayed a whole month. The only thing keeping me coming back is not no job, my kids. Real shit. And when my kids get old enough, we probably gonna have to get them homeschooled because we might be traveling the world. I'm trying to make it to where, because my kids might be homeschooled. I'm trying to make it to where we homeschooling when we in Europe for 3 months, then we in Africa for 3 months. I'm trying to make it to where I retire in my 40s, my late 30s. Really, I want to retire in Christ's age, 33. I want to put in so much work in the next 5 years, and I want to have so much passive income that, hey, I can chill by the time I'm 33. I'm 28. See what I'm saying? That's my plan. In 5 years, I don't want to do this social media shit forever. So you're looking at a time period that may not exist 5 years from now. And I'm being all the way honest with you. They give me 100 M's, $1 billion, I'm out. I'm deleting social media. I don't like this fame shit. If I had to be all the way honest with you, at first when you get fame, you be so happy people know your name. this and that. And then soon you're going to start going to dinners. You're going to start going to the airport. And you can't avoid people just walking up to you. It does. It does feel weird to me. The lack of privacy, the amount of people who know my fucking face. I'm talking about, it was sometimes I've been in a tinted car and somehow, some way, somebody knew who the fuck I was. It's been way too many times. And then it just feels different. It makes you want to fucking hide. I don't know. The fame shit ain't it for me. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like fame. I like money, but I don't like fame. All the way honest with you. I fucking hate fame. Like, I don't want to go to the BET Awards. The only reason I'm even doing this shit is because the fame makes money. If I could figure out any other way to make money besides this fame shit, I'll do it. I don't like this shit. I like privacy. I realize that about myself. Yeah, you always got to watch your back. You always got to, it's too much. I miss the days where, you know, people didn't know who the fuck I was. But that's just me. But if you a young person watching this, then my best advice is to sacrifice now. You don't need to. I sacrifice my young, because I'm telling you, you're still going to be able to party in your late 20s. If you the sooner you sacrifice, the better off you'll be. Somebody said, what's your biggest regret? None. I don't have no regret. I'm fucking rich as fuck at 28. I don't have no regret. I don't have one regret. Yeah, I don't have one regret. I can't think of anything I regret. If I would say regret, I do have regrets. Whenever it's time to get your lick back, don't tell the don't try to, I try to reason with men. I learned I just gotta go with my move. If I'm being, that's my only regret. My only regret is trying to reason with men when they do wrong. When somebody does you wrong, just go with your move and get your lick back. Don't get the police involved. Don't get the man involved. The suing somebody take too long. So that's my regret. I just need to get my lick back and go on with my move. Instead of trying to, hey, let's have a conversation. Let's talk this out. Ain't no talking it out. I just need to get my lick back. So from here on out, I ain't no discussion. I'm just going with my move. So if you had to ask me, that's my honest truth. Do you feel yourself slowing up in your late 20s as far as energy and effort you put into your hustle? Yes, I do. I can honestly say the energy I had at 21, 22, 23, sometimes it does die down. And I always think about that. Like, how can I get back to that hunger, that fire? 2018 through 2021, Aristotle was the most hardworking man on earth. Nobody worked harder than me. Probably like Jeff Bezos built some white man, keep it 1,000, like some billionaire. But no, I can't think of a man who outworked and outsmarted or outstrategized me during those times. I'm talking about relentless. I lost 30 pounds. I went from 190 to 160, like damn near 155. Like I damn near went rib showing. My ribs start showing how much I ate money. Like if I had a choice between the next meal and getting some money, I wanted money more than I wanted food. I wanted financial freedom more than I wanted food. That's how fucking hungry and motivated I was from 2018 through 2021. And I always think about that mentality. And even me getting to like sometimes I can get about 80% there, but I can never get 100% back to that. You know, I be trying to, but I be lazy as hell enjoying my wealth. I be in my motherfucking mansion. I be on vacation. I be looking at lions and tigers and shit. I gotta stop with this shit. I do. I gotta grind some more. I be thinking about lions, tigers, and seeing the world too much. And sometimes that can happen where you get so rich to the point where it's like, shit, fuck all that hard work and shit. And yeah, and I get about 80%, but I'm telling you, man, every time I be like, I got to get back there. Yeah, the grind don't sleep. You earn that peace of mind. I did earn that peace of mind, but at the end of the day, it's still not right. Chilling is never chilling too long is the devil. I don't like to chill too long. It's so funny that I won Entrepreneur of the Year, and I took a month off. I went to Tokyo, Vancouver, and Africa in 1 month, and that was the month of July. In June, I took the whole month off. I still worked. I was still doing content and stuff like that, but I was chilling, seeing the world. And is it weird that I felt guilty for chilling? That was the longest I ever chilled in the last 7 years of me hustling. I've been hustling straight for 7 years. I took that month off and felt like shit afterwards. I felt like a lazy sack of shit. I did. I felt like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, I did. I felt like, okay, what the fuck are you doing? A month off? Are you crazy? That's what I thought. That's how I think. I think chilling is wrong somehow. So I'm kind of reverse engineered. Most people believe it's the right thing to do to chill. I personally believe it's the wrong thing to do. In my mind, chilling is fucking... chilling too long just is for lazy people. People who don't want to get money. I feel like you gotta make so much passive income. I feel like I gotta be a trust fund baby or some shit. Like, my children can chill. I'm the leader of my new generation, the leader of my family, so I can't chill. And then as a man, I don't know how other men feel, but I just feel weak. I feel weak chilling too long. I think I am wired to be a man. I'm way too much of a man. Like, this generation pussy as fuck. Especially these new niggas. Pussy. I'm talking about don't want to work hard. Like, they don't got... I think it's that damn soy and all this dairy these motherfuckers eating. But these dudes pussy. I'm talking about, like, make me want to throw up. Like, one dude told me I might have to go back and get a job. I fired a cameraman. He told me, well, I'm going to have to go back and get a job. I said, boo fucking who? Nigga, that's life. See, I'm a real alpha. I don't know, man. I don't understand this new shit. I'm going to be all the way honest with you. So I kind of mind my business so I don't say the wrong thing. But you new motherfuckers are pussy. I'm talking about 50-50 and all this other shit and just don't want to get up and grind. Want everything handed to them. Want everything so quick. I don't know where this shit came from. I don't know. I think it's a lot of I think this single mother shit is really causing an effect on our black men to the point where we don't even realize how much of an effect it's causing on the young black men. Being raised by women, I feel like, is the real problem. And we're finally seeing the effects of how many people were raised by single mothers. Because this mentality it's not manly. It's not. We were wired to provide and protect. I feel in my soul that I got to provide and protect. If you don't feel in your soul as a man that you got to provide and protect, I don't get you. I don't get you. If you don't feel in your soul, I got to do everything I fucking can to get rich. I don't get you. I don't ever want to hear one man say, I'm content with my fucking earnings. I don't get you. Content in your fucking 20s and 30s? Ain't no such thing. Ain't no fucking such thing. Nigga, you got a family, you got a generational legacy. I don't get these new niggas, man. I don't get how you can let a woman out earn you. Ain't no fucking woman gonna challenge me in my fucking home and these niggas be getting bossed around by women, trying to live off women, all this. I don't get it. I don't get it. And I think the amount of single mothers raised men are starting to show. I don't get this new shit. I don't. But at the same time, they gonna say I'm wrong. You see what I'm saying? They gonna say I'm chauvinistic. They gonna say I'm whatever anti-democratic. Whatever Camilla Harris is preaching, I'm the opposite of that shit. Like, that shit don't even sit right with me. I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't following behind no goddamn woman. I'm a grown-ass black man. She gonna listen to me. See what I'm saying? Like, I'm old school, chauvinistic, goddamn, women gotta cook, clean. I believe all that shit. So don't listen to me. If you want this new shit, tune this shit out. I'm with all the old school shit. I'm with all the old school shit. I ain't with none of this new shit y'all on. Zero of it. I don't believe in it. I don't participate in it. I fucking hate it. I think you motherfuckers pussy. And I think y'all stupid. I'm gonna be all the way honest with you. That's just how I think. I think different. So I'm gonna cut this live off before I offend some more people. So I'll see y'all later, man. Y'all have a great day, goddamn it. I'm a goddamn fuck around and offend people, man. They gonna goddamn get mad at me, so I gotta cut this shit off, man. Fuck it.